Hi, I'm Anime Matthews of Lancaster, California, living in Rosemont right now with Mark's sister from Shekinah Worship Center. Mark goes to church at Shekinah. So do I. Anyways, I'm very frustrated. See, when I was a receptionist, I walked in on a criminal ring called Lee Baca. And 7 different times I videotaped the meetings and recorded them. And him with the mayor and Steve Baker and some other John Cooper and James Lake and Detective Maggerly and Michael Rose and a whole lot of others. DAs, judges, hospital workers, code enforcement, city employees. I watched him hand different sizes of yellow envelopes packed full of different amounts of cash, and him telling them where they made the increase. Steve Baker was shocked by the increase he had got at one point, saying, "Wow, really?" And Lee Baca said, "You did a real good job. Yeah, robbing the poor." I witnessed it with my own eyes and ears. See, I was a receptionist somewhere, and they used to meet there once a week. And I walked into it 7 different times, hearing and seeing this for long periods of times. I tried to testify against Lee Baca, and what happened was it caused me a lot of problems. Then a few years later, he was arrested, but nobody came to talk to me. He would have never got released. And then his co-workers would have been with him, because he's still running this town by, on the news he mentioned he wasn't going to tell on his co-workers. Well, I'd love to. I'd love to tell you everything I've seen and heard and testify against him. I've been arrested for hanging curtains with a $250,000 bail. Hanging curtains in a room I rented. I was looking at 20 years in prison. Somebody from the church went to court with me. They can tell you I'm telling the truth. I did time in jail for hanging curtains, people. Yes, the judge said I was in serious trouble. I needed to take a plea right away. I mean, by God, how dare me hang curtains? The Grahams, who are criminal informants for the Lancaster Sheriffs, who I wound up staying with because somebody recommended them. And I didn't know who had recommended them at the point, else I wouldn't have moved there, finding out later who recommended them. Yeah. Who are Satanists also. The Grahams. So, is what happened was they got a restraining order on me. They were terrified for their lives. I mean, by God, I used to hammer to hit a nail 3 times behind a locked door. They were in fear for their lives. And they were granted a restraining order, people. Do you hear where your taxpayer money's going? To falsely arrest people and to put them through the system. Because they might know something that the sheriffs don't want them to talk about or try to testify against them. If their videos are breaking down, that should be a loan to fire that cop immediately. I mean, come on. But allegedly we can't. Well, they're shutting off their videos and breaking their videos to do something to us. And how do I keep winding up in jail with no criminal history and doing jail time? And how's come the sheriffs, the Hawks, are running around using my name, and the other sheriffs are covering it up? And I got the text and everything to prove it. Went to Walmart, got my $75 Walmart card, used my phone number. I get calls all the time. I intercede most of them. You should see my phone. And how do I get court ordered when I haven't committed a crime to Tarzana Treatment Center in Lancaster? And they keep telling me I'm going to die. Then they throw me out. And the day I left, they threw me out. I wound up in the hospital for a little over a month. Forensic people came to me and said, "Who's trying to kill you?" I filed a police report against the Lancaster sheriffs. How does arsenic poisoning get in me in Tarzana Treatment Center? And other poisons, ammonia. Wow, had to be with help with the employees. I can tell you who they are. And why was I held 3 days after my release date? Oh, that's right, they didn't want nobody to see me. Linwood gave me a real beating in a treatment. There's people that from my church that can tell you. And then I've got paperwork that shows I haven't been arrested since 2006 for driving on a alleged suspended license, which I didn't do. That doesn't even make sense. I've got a license, but on November 26, 2019, the sheriffs took my purse. No, wait, this is 2019. It was 2018. So I still haven't gotten almost $300 returned, all my diamonds and gold, my ID. Oh, Social Security won't give me another Social Security card. There's witnesses to this, more than one. They're trying to say I've had too many in my life. I've only had 3. I mean, not even 3. Yeah, 2 were really mine. Alright. But they know the sheriffs have it. Oh, and I saw some of them in the meeting too, taking payoffs. That's right. Yeah, because Steve Baker's trustee of a lot of, people, so he gets to rob their money, and then he pays them off, so, there's no questions asked about. And then they know he's lying. He'll spend their money, the people, the homeless people that he's trustee to, he spends their money, and then, they try to report it. Of course, it goes nowhere. Why, he's leaving them out in the street hungry and won't even allow them to eat at Grace Resource. Because they're doing stuff that they shouldn't be, allegedly. Yeah, like trying to get their money, he's told. He can't have them running around when people are there at certain times asking for their money that he took. Yes, it's true. Look, I'm trying to help people. I'm telling the truth. I've got documents right now. There was a police report filed against the police for taking my purse. Now get this, I had a Galaxy S9 Plus in there. Get this, it wasn't even in my name. Right? But the police returned it to Sprint. Even a different Sprint that didn't even know me. But called Elijah from Shekinah to come pick up the phone, which they had hammered to death, brand new. Didn't work when they were done. Trust me. They did not like me having that kind of phone. I was videotaping and getting all kinds of proof that they were in it, just like the one I got now. That's why they went this one and tried to mess with it. Now, how do you call Elijah to return Anna Matthews' phone when it ain't in Anna Matthews' name and the phone ain't working? How did you know even who Elijah was and how we were connected? Oh, that's right, the sheriffs. It's the only way. But they hand him over the phone with no ID needed. How did they know it was Elijah? Oh, that's right, it was the sheriff. It all adds up, my story, if you look into it. Can't get any smarter. 2 ducks are 2 ducks. 3 ducks are 3 ducks. A duck and a goose are different. Listen, I've got paperwork on me that's higher. The DMV's trying to say that I need to pay $200 to get my license. I have no criminal record, no DUIs, no nothing. Now get this. They're saying I got a DUI, but their paperwork isn't as high. Oh, that's right. I seen the DMV people in that meeting. A couple of those workers I recognized. That Lee Baca had the hookup. If you guys only knew. He still does. Why do you think he's protecting them? He's still getting paid off, and he's still making kills. Wonder who's next. I know they're trying with me, but are they trying with you? So, yeah. So, now I got no criminal record, and I got high-level documents to prove it, right? And I need to put a machine in my vehicle. Breathing machine. No DUI, though. I have no DUI. But they gave me fake paperwork. I have one, which my paperwork states, no, it's not true, your DMV paperwork. But they said, no, I have to. I was given a car. It's up to par. It's registered. Then I got to pay, and it was given to me free. And they want $400 for me to register it. Put this stuff together, people. I'm going to be going this week again to the DMV, seeing if they'll release my license. Because they took it November 26th. They took my ID, my access cards, everything. They've been taking money out of my Social Security checks, stating that I owe, and I don't. These hawks, Crystal and Richardson, they've gone to Camacho during tax time, bought a car, you know. They got cable, Spectrum. I got Texas for owing bills, got addresses, I got addresses, I got all what you need. Video of the meetings, video of the police, video of the police even trying to attack me when I'm out on the streets. They always seem to know where I am, I don't know how. I'll take the card and the SIM out of my phone. I must be under 24-hour surveillance. I'm pretty important. I think they're worried about me getting to that video and showing it as videos. I don't know, but I've been told it was illegal for me to I committed a crime making those videos, and that I could go to jail for it. But they said forget the videos. And this was a sheriff. He said, if you're telling the truth, then I believe you. He says, because your paperwork and their paperwork ain't making sense, and your paperwork's right and their paperwork's wrong. From what you told me, and you said certain things that only somebody that would have seen something or heard something would know. And you have to worry about your life because they consider your freedom between you and them. If you got the chance to testify against them, they lose their freedom. So they would want to kill you. That would explain arsenic poison and poisoning and ammonia, and all this poisoning and non-stop diarrhea, dehydration to death, swelling constantly, red skin, and sores are starting to appear, and you can tell they look like warts, like the arsenic. If you get on YouTube, you look it up or Google it, it shows you. Well, it's only by the grace of God I'm still alive, but only because I've told the truth, and I've stood for people to help. Do you want your family member murdered or raped or robbed by the Lancaster Sheriffs or Sheriff's Department or city officials? Do you want Lee Bacas wherever you live? Somebody get this message to President Trump. I send him some of my testimony, not a lot. But I really need help. Because our people need help. People. The ones that do live right and try to do what's right. And even the ones that don't live right, they don't deserve to be killed by these people like that and robbed. They They do. They take these people out and then they keep collecting their SSI checks to support their kingdom of evil and hell. See, I was born and raised in Satanism, and I've watched them worship the devil. You can't tell me it wasn't. I know what it was. But I am bought by the blood of Jesus, and no weapon formed against me shall prosper. In Mark 16, I can eat, drink poison, step on scorpions. You can throw me to the bears and the lions, and I can still fight them and win. Douglas Miller, he was hired to beat, rape, and murder me. He wound up with my victims of crime money. The sheriffs wouldn't help me. They said I wasn't a victim. They hired him. He ate his friend's face off, who was supposed to be helping him. Yep. Listen, people. I'm out to help you. Please help me. Spread this video. Because if the right person has the right sense to look into this, they got a story of their lifetime. And people can be safe again. I'm just trying to be the good Samaritan. And choose to love Jesus and love people. And do what's right. And walk like Jesus walked. I'm not saying I'm perfect, and I'm not saying they're perfect. But sometimes, when you're a woman of God, you can't even look away to that kind of evil and think it's okay. And not say something. Then you might as well be them. Look at the good Samaritan. There's a good... God was saying right there. But how many people walked away? Because there was one that loved that man like God loved him. Like Jesus, like the Holy Spirit loved him. And was too compelled to leave him to die. And that's what I've done. I tried to help everybody I could. And I need help. Helping you guys. I choose to testify. I testify by the blood of the Lamb and the word of my testimony in Revelations 12:11. And I testify to the truth. And I want to testify against this evil. So we can have Jesus and revival in the land. And put the enemy at hand.